An up-and-comer with quite a few dreams. Last time we spoke with Cheyenne, she was just kind of getting her feet under her. Now she's off and running already. It's the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7 tonight, speaking with Cheyenne Graff.
Hi.
How you been?
I've been really good.
I think the last time we spoke, you had just started getting out. You were doing a few things. I saw you in Crossville at one of the festivals. I forget which one it was.
It was Pioneer Day, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was Pioneer Day.
Yeah.
You were up on a little stage up there and doing a few songs. And at that point, you were doing a lot of cover material.
Yeah.
Since then, you are doing your own material.
I am, yeah. I've started writing a bunch of originals. I know that last time we spoke, I had told you one song a year was kind of my thing. Now I've got about 7 songs that I have
Not to imply that it's been 7 years since we spoke.
Yeah, no.
We've just kind of upped the scale a little bit. Well, it's getting easier as you do it.
It's kind of gotten easier. I don't know. It's kind of interesting at how these songs have started to come about, and I'll just be thinking about something during the day, and then I'll be like, hey, that would make a good song.
So the evolution of your songwriting has been pretty well.
Yeah.
And your performances too, because you're getting out and performing even more. And I think last time we spoke, you were doing a lot of pre-recorded stuff as your backing. You now have actual people that get out and play with you, at least for a few shows.
I don't really play with a lot of different people. I actually have been accompanying myself recently and doing a lot of live acoustic shows. So that's pretty nice to get away from
So that's a bit of a
those
change
CDs.
too. So, well, we'll talk about that, how you've evolved in your songwriting, your performing, and everything else tonight as we discuss your music tonight. The 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. We had joked last time about maybe getting one song a year out of Cheyenne Graff. It looks like it's taken off since then. It's the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7, speaking tonight with Cheyenne about her music, and we could be speaking with you about your music. All you have to do is go to the website, rock937online.com. It has all the details about submitting your music and getting a chance to not only have it heard, but to have a conversation. And we can maybe ask some questions like we're going to ask Cheyenne tonight. I've got a whole stockpile over here. Are you ready for these?
Oh, heck no.
Okay, well, then how about if we just go with the simple ones?
Yeah, that'd be easy.
That's the easiest way, is
Yeah.
the simple ones? Well, it's always the best way. And that's how your songwriting comes about, I think.
Yeah.
The simplest thing is what you turn into a song.
Yes.
You said you go through the day and you've now started to find inspiration and go, hey, maybe that'd make a great song. I'm going to guess it's not moments like, hey, I'm taking out the trash. This will make a great song.
No, it's more like, me being a teenager, of course, I'm always on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. And I'll just see something that someone posts and I'm just like, hey, that's a really good, like, quote, or that's a really good, like, inspirational message, and I'll just try and turn it into a song. I've also got a lot of friends and stuff that have a lot of drama relationship-wise, so I'll sometimes take their relationships and turn them into songs as well, so
they kind of it becomes kind of a narrative for the problems that you encounter.
Yeah.
That's a real-life experience. You lean it more towards the positive side, though?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So the more dramatic the event, the more possible it's a more emotional song?
Yes, most definitely.
So do those also get happy upbeat?
The happy upbeats are normally more the happier songs. The more dramatic and emotional events are normally slower and more sappy.
Which one is harder to write towards? Does it seem like the more up-tempo songs come faster and easier, or the emotional ones?
I would say that the happy songs are the hardest to write, because everyone can talk about, like, their emotional past and their events that have happened that have been really bad and traumatic to them. But it's rare that we can ever recall a happy moment, because as they always say, don't you remember the bad before you'll remember the good.
Sadly, it seems that way. One negative thing wipes out so much good things these days. But we need more positive things, and you're starting to write. As you said, you're up to, how many songs have you gotten total?
7.
7 so far that you've written, and you're working towards more?
Yes.
How many are you planning to put together? I think you wanted to put an album together.
I'm actually working on an album, which I'm really excited for, because this will be my first original album. But I think that we're going to do about 12 songs on that album.
Sounds about like anywhere from 10 to 12. It just kind of varies. Some of the more deluxe editions that they put out have about 14 songs. That's kind of that's almost like a double album there.
Yeah.
You've got 7 already started, and you're going to play for us tonight, too.
Yes, I am.
Which we're looking forward to. How about if we get to one of those songs, actually?
All right, yeah, that sounds good.
One of the newer ones, Start of Forever.
The Start of Forever. I was actually getting ready for a songwriters festival. Oh man, it was like High School, Tennessee or something like that. I don't know. It was a town I'd never heard of, that's for sure. and it was at Slappy's Barbecue. It was the first songwriters event of the season, and we were really excited. And she was like, "Hey, do you have 6 songs?" I was like, "Well, I've got 5 songs that I can play on the guitar and 1 that I had the music done for me. So I guess I'm just going to have to write another song." And it just kind of came about that way. I was just thinking about it, and I was like, well, what makes people happy? And then I just kind of started thinking about relationships, because everyone loves a good romance and all that. So
I went to high school. It's a town. And played at Slappy's.
High Skill or something.
High Skill. Okay, I thought you were saying high school. I thought this was a Mad Lib. I'm like,
no.
You're pulling my legs.
No.
Well, you did get a song out of the event, so that's kind of cool. And how about if we hear it now?
Okay.
It started forever. It's Cheyenne Graff tonight, the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7.
Picks her up in his car. She doesn't know it yet, but this is the start of forever. She lays her head on his shoulder. She doesn't know it yet. This girl, he'll love for forever. They're still too young to know how all the motions go. The first kiss, first date, every second you made. The first tear, the first fight, when you did it together and fought for forever. 5 years later, she's in a wedding dress. Her mom, dad see her leaving forever. As she walks down the aisle, he sees a smile. He knows he's looking at his forever. First kiss, first date, every second you made. The first tear, the first fight, when you did it together and fought for forever. The first touch, first move, how it made your heart swoon, and you knew deep inside these feelings weren't gonna hide at the start of forever. They felt it deep inside, and they recognized they're forever. Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
We've gotten a chance to hear her songs. In fact, we got a little in-studio performance out of her. And we're going to get another one a little bit later on as we talk with Cheyenne Graff tonight on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7. Cheyenne, you are from the Crossville area, born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
And you have been making music for how long?
15, 16 years now.
Pretty much ever since you could hold an instrument or touch an instrument.
Yeah.
You have been working on some kind of fashion of... You started out with, I think, piano.
Yeah.
And you branched over, learned to play the guitar, and now it's become like your best friend?
Yeah, definitely. That guitar is my lifesaver.
Do you have to have it with you to write songs, or songs just come and then you play them?
It kind of varies whenever you're writing. If I'm playing on the guitar and I find a cool lick that I like, then sometimes I can make that out of a song. But I've got like this one music that sounds awesome. It actually kind of sounds like a Martina McBride song to me anyway. And I keep trying to think of lyrics for it, and I just can't. It's just the music sounds so good that I'm just flabbergasted with what I'm supposed to sing with it.
So eventually the words will come later then. So you work on putting the melodies together first.
Yeah.
And kind of going from that route. Working on the music that you have so far, I think you said that you had a chance to go to a songwriters festival?
I did, yeah. The Smoky Mountain Songwriters Festival that they do every year. I think this is, I don't know, they've been doing it, 10 years I think it was, or something like that. I don't know. It's fairly new, but they seem to be getting a lot of responses out of it. They're doing it in August. It's really interesting to see all the different songwriters come together and kind of work together to see like different responses and critiques.
Does it give you a chance to kind of get some insight into their way of writing that maybe influences yours?
Yeah, it's really interesting meeting different people and asking like, hey, how do you write a song? Or hey, what inspires you to write a song? And it's just different formats that you could have never thought about until you meet these people.
You had a chance to do that. What else have you done since we last talked?
Let's see. I don't know. I've just kind of been trying to balance the life of a teenager, getting into my senior year of high school. That's pretty interesting.
That is a big step.
Whew, I'm not ready to grow up.
Well, you've got your music to kind of occupy your time and keep you busy with that. And you do go out and you do perform. I think we've gotten, originally, the first time we came across you, you were using backing tracks and doing some songs. And you had, at that point, the one original. Now we're up to a few other originals, and you are just relying solely on the guitar.
Yes.
Is it empowering to know that this is all you, or is it frightening to know that it's all on you?
It's actually quite empowering to know that I'm able to accompany myself and sing my music. Makes me feel very empowered. So it's really nice to not have that backup track that makes me sound like I'm singing karaoke.
Does it seem more intimate?
Yeah. I mean, I get to move around more with the guitar and stuff most of the time, unless they don't have a cordless mic. And it's just, yeah, you could say it's more intimate, and it's just a better feeling in my eyes.
Has it opened up more places for you to get to go perform, or is it restricted it?
Oh, heck, it's opened up so many places. I mean, how many places really want to hear CDs with a singer? No, whenever you go to like a bar or a restaurant, you're hearing people playing the music with their guitar, maybe a cajon in the background, keeping the beat and stuff. And it's just a very nice acoustic setting.
We are going to talk some more with Cheyenne about the other settings that she's been in, and she's going to do another song for us, too, as we continue tonight on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7. She's grown up with music, and she's grown her music, too. We're talking tonight with Cheyenne Graff on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7. We've actually spoken with you before, haven't we, Cheyenne?
Yeah.
I think the last time that we talked to you, in fact, that interview is up online. If they want to go relive that, they can. We got a performance out of you then, too.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you had a song that you did for us that was kind of a moving, touching kind of song.
Yeah, that was the song. It's called Long Gone, that I wrote for my great-grandmother's 1-year death anniversary. And
it was a very moving thing. And I think we talked about earlier the difference between writing for an emotional type song and a happy type song. Do you have the problem of too much emotion getting in the way of a song?
Sometimes I'll be performing and I'll just think about the things that I wrote about, and it's hit me quite hard sometimes.
It's kind of hard to divorce from the narrative and the actual experience.
Yeah.
But it does come through in your music, and that's kind of what you want, isn't it? I mean, really? For that to kind of be reflected?
I mean, yeah, I consider myself a country singer, but the main thing for me is the soul that comes from the song. I want someone to be moved by what I say. I don't just want it to be a bunch of background music that you dance to.
Well, I think the hope of a lot of writers when it comes to writing songs is that not only do people get the emotion that they were going for, but that they find their own interpretation of a song. So you've gone out and performed some of these. I'm curious as to how that song has been received.
It's been really interesting. I've had people come up to me and been like, "Oh my God, that song's amazing. My grandma just died." Or I've had someone come up to me and say, "Oh my gosh, my sister just died," or "She passed away a couple years ago." And it's just interesting hearing their story and how they connected to my song.
Kind of validation on what you're doing.
Yeah.
As far as the songwriting goes, you do have some others that you've written, a few various topics in there, and you're working towards, I think we mentioned earlier, getting your first full album. Where are you going to record?
I have a friend, Steve Rutledge, in Maryville, and he's been working with me for some demos that I've done in the past, and so I think that I'm going to go through him.
Now, are you the other instruments? Are you using session musicians that he has? Or?
He's actually a pretty musician himself, so if he can't play it, then I'll have studio people come in and do it.
Thinking about how the other instruments are going to come into play on the songs that you're getting recorded, how do you approach that? You're writing for just you and your guitar, so do you think about where the drums are going to fit in, or do you just get to the studio and see how it works?
I mean, sometimes I've thought about it, but Steve does a wonderful job, and he always seems to surprise me and take my song in a new direction that I didn't even think about until he got a hold of it. So,
does it feel like he's tampering when he does that?
Oh, no, definitely not. He asks me if I like it, if I want to change it.
Well, some of the songs that you've taken, we've got another one that you're working up. Phantom?
Phantom is a breakup song.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is one of those drama things that your friend had?
Yeah. Actually, this was my experience.
Oh.
Yeah, Phantom is about a girl that heard about her boyfriend moving on and is still really attached to him, and she can still feel the phantom of him next to her, and like all these things, like they used to go on a car ride together, and she can still feel him next to her. And it's just a really emotional song about still feeling the presence of someone that's there, but not there physically.
And trying to figure out how to move on with
Oh,
that.
heck yeah.
Okay, well, Phantom. It's Cheyenne Graff tonight on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7.
Just to think of all the memories
What it takes to write songs these days, where it comes from, the emotional parts of it, and just enjoying it. We've discussed all that tonight with Cheyenne Graff on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7. Say hi, Cheyenne.
Hi.
Cheyenne, as we mentioned earlier, from around the Crossville way, you do performances over there, but not just there. You've started traveling too. Where all have you been?
I go to Lenore City quite often to perform with this band, Ted Graves and the All-Star Band. I think I mentioned them last time I was here. So they let me perform with them sometimes. And then I also go to a new place in Norris, Tennessee, with John Overton's Tennessee Jamboree. And that's pretty interesting considering the acoustics in the room that they use is amazing. And I don't think I've ever sounded that good.
Well, you also are online. They can check you out there. You've got
I've got Facebook, Twitter. I'm on Nashville Universe as well. Oh. That one's interesting. I don't think many people have heard of it yet.
Yeah, I've not heard that one mentioned before.
Yeah, it's a new thing for upcoming artists and even famous artists and stuff to connect and get information.
It's kind of like LinkedIn for music people.
Yeah,
Nashville Universe. Okay,
really interesting.
Check out Nashville Universe. You got links for all of that somewhere central? Or?
Yeah, I do. On my Facebook page at Cheyenne Graff Music.
And you post things up there as far as little video performances and stuff.
Yeah, I try to keep it as up to date as possible. So.
I want your music. Somebody just said that. It sounded like me, but somebody listening. Where do they go to find it at?
Well, you can go onto my Facebook page, and I've got pretty much everything linked into that page. So
it'll take you where they need to be able to get songs and maybe download and stuff.
Yeah.
And when the album comes together.
Oh, you guys are definitely going to hear about that. I'm excited for that.
It will definitely be on there. So we're looking forward. And your performances, you post those too. So check out our Facebook page. It has everything you need to know about Cheyenne Graff. Thank you for talking with us tonight, Cheyenne.
Thank you so much.
It's been an interview with Cheyenne Graff on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7.